My name is Ben Desbrow and I'm a sports dietitian and associate professor at Griffith University. With our previous discussions focused on understanding energy requirements during this period of reduced training and the potential pitfalls of measuring successful energy balance with body weight, we turn our attention in this video to positive changes you can make to your food choices to help you meet your macronutrient requirements, but also with a focus on food quality to optimise your micronutrient intake. The first step is to be purposeful with what you eat and drink. Focusing on purposeful eating is a positive way of staying on top of your food behaviours and ensuring you're doing all you can to be ready for your return to normal training. Purposeful eating includes focusing on having a plan around what you eat and your feelings in response to eating. As discussed previously, a sports dietitian can assist you to optimise your food intake and fine-tune your nutrient intakes for your current activity level. A dietitian might ask you to keep a diary of your food intake or even a diary outlining your experiences and or emotions around the food you're eating. This can help provide an insight into areas that can be improved from a nutrition perspective. One nutrition concept that is important to understand and your sports dietitian might talk to you about is energy density. Energy density refers to the amount of energy, or calories or kilojoules, of a food per gram. Different foods have different energy densities, mostly due to their water content, their fibre content, and how the food is prepared. At the moment, while your energy requirements are lower, consuming lower energy density foods is a great way to manage your total calorie intake and increase the nutrient density of your diet. Nutrient-dense foods are typically lower in energy density as well. Wherever possible, aim to consume satisfying portions of low energy density options like fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy products. You can also make simple modifications to meals. Some examples would include choosing foods with a high water content, including dishes where water is added during cooking, such as soups and stews. Adding extra vegetables, beans, peas, and lentils to dishes to bulk them up, such as in stir-fries and stews. Selecting higher fibre starchy vegetables such as whole grain bread, high fibre breakfast cereals, brown rice, wholemeal pasta and potatoes with skins. Choosing lean cuts of meat or mince for dishes or using a vegetarian alternative such as mycoprotein, or better known as corn. Or use of a good quality non-stick frying pan when cooking can also allow you to cook without adding oil or butter, and we'd also encourage you to avoid adding high-fat dressings to salads. If you need to reduce your energy intake, high-fibre foods may help. High-fibre foods normally always require longer chewing and swallowing time, so can help slow down how quickly you eat, and can decrease feelings of hunger and increase satiety or feelings of fullness. Additional fibre can also easily be included by adding products such as psyllium husk to cereals and soups. It is important to note that if you increase your fibre intake, that you'll also need to make sure you're consuming enough water to avoid abdominal discomfort and constipation. The total fibre intake of your diet is also important for your gut. Some people may find increased fruit and vegetable and fibre intake causes them some GI discomfort. If this is the case, talk to your sports dietitian, as there can be many possible reasons for these symptoms. Carbohydrate intake over this isolation period is also likely to have reduced dramatically. It is common for athletes to cut carbs when their training loads reduce. But as your training load increases again, it is important to increase your carbohydrate intake proportionally. Reintroducing carbohydrate foods starts by coupling them with other vegetable and protein sources, rather than using them as a base for a meal. Adding grains and starchy vegetables to salad is one example of reintroducing carbohydrate back into your diet. Evidence suggests that your choice of drinks makes a significant difference to your total daily energy intake. Many calorie-containing drinks, like soft drinks, sports drinks, and energy drinks, do little to fill you up, meaning that individuals typically don't compensate by eating less food at meal times when these drinks are included. It is important that when eating fruit and vegetables, do so as whole foods rather than juicing them. You'll stay fuller for longer and will be less likely to overeat at subsequent meals. As with training, it is important to consume fluids such as water with meals, Not only will your body hold on to the water more effectively, aiding with hydration, but in the short term, water consumed with meals has been shown to increase satiety and reduce feelings of hunger. Finally, one simple way of increasing nutrition quality of your food choices and meeting your daily requirements is to couple nutrient-dense foods, low-energy foods, with a smaller proportion of your typical training food choices. For example, coupling fruit and a berry salad with a smaller portion of wheat bix and milk will allow you to improve the quality of your breakfast without completely changing the foods you're currently eating. So by eating more fruit and vegetables, high fibre grain foods, being careful with your beverage choices and combining these with varying amounts of your traditional training meals, you can make your way out of isolation, ready to take on increased training with vigour.